Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Barnagazzi. Yes, indeed, oh, that is my name. Don't wear it out. Anyway, take a look at this. If we can. Now, before I continue this on, I want to point out that this isn't me trying to call or defame, or I don't know what the hell the thing was trying to tell me about names or whatever. But I am just here to show you some things. Like, okay, names. Okay, look at all these names. She might be a smoker, but she is a looker. I mean, they literally ran out of names to call them besides their real name. Like, you want to talk about my real name? I mean, at least I'm going by my real name, and I've not changed once since I began this thing. But like Marcus, former security guard, which I guess makes sense that he played the security guard. They didn't call him a security guard Marcus or whatever. Doesn't have a picture. Bobbin Bergstrom, nurse. Tanya Davis, another nurse. Chris Parks Abyss. Jay Russo, Christian Cage. A lot of you may know who that is. I know who that is from wrestling. I almost damn near forget about this guy because it's easy to forget. But if you know wrestling, as soon as you recognize that guy, you'll know it. This guy I recognize barely, but Mike Tenay, they actually didn't bother to come up with a name for him. It's like this guy. He looks like, I guess he was in wrestling or whatever, because usually they have something like that when they're, I forget what they call them. The guys that call it, I guess ring announcers or whatever. No, that's different. Well, anyway, the guys that call the match. Anyway, the officials, I guess now they're called. Andrew Thomas, and Don West. Alexander Hall, doctor. I mean, really? Oh, that guy's been like a doctor on every episode so far. But he's been like a background doctor that you don't always see anyway. Unless they've been doing like surgeries or something. Yeah, and then there's Eric Anderson Duran. Apparently they don't have last names. But then they got the main cast here, the original crew, which is Hugh Laurie, Dr. Gregory House, Lisa Youngliston, Dr. Lisa Cuddy. Ironic that her real name is Lisa, her first name anyway, and so is her on-screen character. Omar Epps, Dr. Eric Foreman, Robert Sean Leonard, Dr. James Wilson, which supposedly his character died of cancer. We could rewrite that and make it like it didn't happen that way. Jennifer Morrison, Dr. Allison Cameron, Jesse Spencer, Dr. Robert Chase. To be like kind of like a reboot series, as they're wanting to do a reboot anyway. So here's how I would do it. Oh yeah, Slade Pierce Jasper, huh? Didn't see that name up there, but at first, it was all Dr. House was supposed to die of cancer. Then it was actually Wilson. They was supposed to die. So they both went off joyriding. And I do remember 11 seasons. Apparently there was only 8. Oh well. So if I had to reboot the franchise, it'd have to be the original cast. And we can't bring anybody from the past. It's dead, or just, like basically guest starred on there. If they're alive, that's fine, but other than that, because they're all the time doing new people anyway. Got to keep it fresh. And all of a sudden, somebody's got to have some kind of medical problem or something that they have to solve, which is crazy as hell. So I'm almost to the point that, well, because I read the description. I think it's the next episode. Let me close this out. Yeah, I'm gonna do that so it doesn't bring that up. Because if I do, it'll redo the whole thing and it'll be like, no, 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 we don't want that. Excuse me. It's season 3 when the last bits of it that they actually start getting, and just the bits. I don't mean like at the final episode, but yeah, like around 21. They already have like where at one point, they had 2 doctors sleep with each other. Promised they were never going to do it. And then they said it was going to be like, well, there's nothing beyond sleeping. And then she said, no, I don't want to get in a relationship with you. So he's like, okay. Because she ended it. So then, at almost the last, I want to say, about around there, like the third to last episode, which is going to be 22. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, the second one is when the team kind of starts, separating. They were already kind of talking about separating, but then they just kind of push it off, and then it became 22 in season 3. I think they do kind of come back a little bit later on in the series. I have seen the final episodes, but I don't remember them too well. I really thought it sucked the way it was, where the one dude that actually was in charge for a little bit and then became in charge again. How dumb is that? I think it sucks that Cuddy could no longer be a part of the show. They actually wrote it out that she died, but they didn't actually describe it in the show that she actually died. That was it. Once house crashed into the house, that was it. That's how I do remember that. I'm trying to get you basic details without spoiling the show for you. But at one point, she's no longer there, and then they don't even bother to explain it. But it makes it look like she's still alive, but it's like, okay. Because there's a conversation between Wilson and her. And then, but she's written out of the show. What it was the actress herself wouldn't take on the job at a less pay. Because she wanted an increase in her salary, and I can't blame her for that. After all, this is a world full of money. The hell of it is that, and that's another thing, becoming a YouTuber. Don't become a YouTuber, become a YouTuber. I'm a real YouTuber. Not to say that nobody else is, it's just, when you start making it into where you just start doing it for money, you aren't a real YouTuber, or as real as you could be. Because once you start doing it just for the sake of money, and then especially like what happens one day, that money ain't there. Or just the fact that it doesn't really matter that you have fans. You can sit there and say you thank them all the time while you want to. But when you start quitting, that's it. When you retire, you're done. There's no more. Which means, what was the point of even bothering with a fan base? What was the point of even giving all that time and effort just to say, well, I'm out. I got what I wanted out of it. I'm fully rich now, and I don't have to make videos anymore. Because I kept making that money, and now I don't have to worry about it no more, and I don't care. I'm fully rich now. And then what happens if you get broke then, and then you have to try to go back to YouTube, make a dime, because you were in it for the money. I think it's wrong that this is what they consider being a YouTuber, because that's what makes it. It's not hard to be a YouTuber. It's hard to be the YouTuber that can keep up with things, because they have to be one that has to kind of compete with people who actually try and do this for the money. I don't do this for the money. I don't want the money. I appreciate the money, but I wouldn't do this for the money. You know, even if I could get the money, I wouldn't turn it down. But I wouldn't be like, well, even if I got so freaking bloody rich, I wouldn't be like turning it off unless I'm ready to retire. You know, when I'm too old that I can't do anything anymore except make updates every once in a while, it's like, what's the point? Because part of this was me trying to not really show off like I'm better off than anybody, but because I had voices. And I like to be able to read things. When you get to that point that you can't hardly even read at all like you want to, without it being a problem, it's like no point in even coming on YouTube. But when you're still such a young lad and you can still see it and everything like that, dude, I am literally 38, maybe 39 this year. Going on 39 if I'm not already there on August of 17th. And I want to tell you something. I'm doing this till the day that it comes, but I mean, if I'm still around, because eventually I want to do the whole thing. I'm not going to just like make a copy of myself. No. I'm going to download myself into an entire game that I want to play and have it adapt to me around my circumstances. Anybody can play it, but don't mess with my game. That's all I ask. Don't try to sell it like it's yours. Like, yeah, I own this game because I created it and it's mine. So I'm going to take away the rights from the guy who actually made it. So my name could be Mark Tingerberg. And yeah, this is his game I made because it's so brilliant. I had to steal his idea. It's like when somebody stole my idea for a song called Herbs the Word, not Birds the Word. Fuck that bird and his damn word. And I had that song long before that song the TV series was even a thing. And you know what? I could sue, but I don't want to. Not worth the hassle. Besides, it takes too much money to hire a lawyer, and I'm not gonna do it. You know. But I will say that if you're looking to be a YouTuber, don't ever do it for the money. Even if you could, I'm not saying don't get money. I'm saying don't do it for the money. Because it's not really all that worth it just to do it for money. Because you're in the wrong place if you're doing it for money. I mean, I'll still try. Even when I get really successful, like that'll ever happen. I'm gonna make it so that I'll still have the connection I had with my audience, even before I started making money. I'm gonna make damn sure I had that because what Mark has done has gone beyond the adventure of it all because of everything he's accomplished and done on his own without the ideals of his audience and stuff. And that's the thing. So, and right now he's so rich, well, maybe not as rich as PewDiePie, but still rich enough he could retire if he wanted to. But I don't think he's in it for the money. Not necessarily. If he was just in it for the money, he would have already retired. It's part of it, yeah, but doing it for just solely the money itself. Nah. If you don't know who I'm talking about when I say Mark, I mean Markiplier. I mean, although that guy don't know me from Adam's Eve. In other words, doesn't know me at all. It's an old phrase, so it's like slang, but anyway. But I do know a Mark that knows me. So that I can't say I know that many Marks, or remember that many Marks, but the one I know of, he's kind of a jerk. And that's only because he owes money. And don't ask me, I have nothing to do with it, so I'm not going to tell you how much he owes or nothing like that, but That's what it is. Sometimes people are like that, and it's like they're considered jerks because they owe money. I don't know why. That's just the way people are. They consider people jerks because they don't want to give money. And, you know, I don't personally think of him as a jerk. I don't have a problem with the guy. I have a problem with people who do things like this. It's like if I ever ran a bar, which probably would be the thing as well in my game, it'd be like this. You can do whatever you want at your own table. But even when I come up to the table, don't be talking your stuff to me. Speak English. No talking to me about religion. I don't care what you do. You can talk about religion all you want to. Don't be going, you got a minute to talk about Jesus? You got a minute to talk about the devil? Because it's either the devil or you can get the hell out of my damn bar. Hey, I respect your wishes if that's what you want to do. You want to read and do whatever the hell you want to, fine. But don't shove it down other people's throats. I wouldn't shove it down your throat about my beliefs, so don't shove it down my throat about your beliefs. That's all I ask. It's called fair equality, you know. You step up to the bar, don't expect anything else. You know? I mean it. I don't care if you're whatever. Don't be trying to force nothing on me. It's like, you know, that's why I point out this thing. It's like, dude, I live in America. Let me say that again, because obviously you don't get it. I live in America. I don't live in Japan. Just because I like Japan or anime doesn't mean I want to hear it in Japanese while I'm in America. If I was in Japan or whatever, I'd like to hear it probably there, I guess. Because it does make sense. It goes with the culture. I'm here. This is our culture. We're English, not Japanese. And don't say, well, they don't bother pay to fight in the damn thing. Only idiots and morons who don't understand what it means to support, you know, say that crap. Who doesn't really care? And especially people who say that, oh my God, it just doesn't feel right to absolutely watch it or listen to it in English. It just feels so wrong. No, it doesn't. No, it ain't. You're just being a damn hypocrite. You know? Don't be a hypocrite. If you don't like it in English, then say so. Jeez. How hard it is to say that. And just saying it just feels so wrong. If you don't want to watch it, then so be it. Don't watch it. Nobody's making you watch it in English. I mean, unlike you like to make me watch it in Japanese. I'm not gonna watch it in Japanese. You know, I don't have to. There's other anime I'd rather not watch but I will until there's something new. And every now and again, yeah, there's something new that's in English dub. Hell yeah. And you bet your ass I'm gonna be watching it when it's English dub. If it ain't English dub, and you bet your ass ain't gonna be watched. And screw all that. Okay? It's like I got my own damn clan. I don't want people randomly coming in there. See, the last time I had to open up my deal was because I thought, well, it would be a way to get people in there. But the dumbest thing about it is you get people in there and they don't understand what they gotta do. Like, if I say, I need some help, they're not gonna freaking do anything. Or if if they start doing raids and stuff on their own, they expect, like, at the wrong damn time. It's like, dude, hold up. And you're way far away. That's one of the things I can't stand. That's why I say in English, or at least be able to understand English, because, jeez, man. If I speak to you, I don't want you to think I'm saying habada habada hoobada hapa poo. Acknowledge me. What I said to you. Other than that, you're free to do what you want. Come in and go as you want. That's how my clan is. If you don't like my clan rules, you can get the hell out. I don't care. Go to some other clan that's gonna boot you right immediately. I wouldn't boot you, but except for the fact that I have to have act. Every now and again, I can re-invite you. See, that's the thing. You're not permanently gone. I'm just gotta get people in there that's gonna help get it built up. Once we get it built up to the maximum deal, we don't have to worry about anything. We can put back other people that actually freaking matter. That will come in every now and again. People that otherwise would rather just like not bother with it. So if you don't want to be part of it, whatever. I wish they had quit with the limits though, because that's the one thing that makes it so impossible to get people in there, the right amount of people. You need a balance anyway in clans and stuff, but nobody cares. So, yeah, I'm going to start releasing videos. I don't know when I'm going to post this video. I got a big headache, so I'm not going to be recording anything or live streaming tonight. Maybe tomorrow, if I feel like it. Again, I don't know. I've only got so much left to do with laundry. I know it's not my laundry, but I've been putting in my laundry and with it, my dirty laundry. Because I don't know when I'm going to be washing again. Might be a long while, so I'm trying to keep it up as best I can until I'm done washing. And then when I'm done washing, there will be no more washing period. I'm actually not doing it for every load, no, but a lot of it. Because I had to catch up with my, I had left anyway. There's that too. And I'm done. Yeah. So pretty much, that's the way it is. Mark Jones. Huh. There's two Marks. One of them I don't know. I know there's another Mark, but he don't come here very often. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, he hasn't come in here for a long, long while. Richard Cook, Alden Falls, Karen Butler, Darlene Dalton, Bill Sharoner. Maybe it's Tish Runner. I like how I'm the only one that has a small letter, as if I have to be the smallest specialist fool on this planet. Oh well. Linda Cardelli, R.C. Lungford, Kenneth Roche, Dana Wright, Daphne Heiss. Amazing names. Then there's Larry Trushell, David Ross, Jackie Watson, David Ridings, Darling Dalton again. Oh, maybe I already read that somewhere. And then Floyd Ponder, Seth MX, David Ross, I don't know if I ever said it anyway. Matthew Havens, Cindy Pinson. And all these names I'm probably never going to remember, but it doesn't really matter anyway because I don't know them. Probably would recognize their face if I saw them. Kareem Butler. I know of another Butler, but I don't remember if they're still around or not anymore. Terry Rowan. Christopher Minnie. Oh, we already read the name. Larry Black. Yeah. I'm sure that everybody's name is pretty awesome. That wasn't the point of saying that by point reading them out was they're the only ones that are named. That they're awesome. You know. Honestly, I have to say that with House, it's kind of getting harder to kind of watch these surgeries. Like, oh, Jesus. I mean, I can stand the blood, guts, and glory, but when you just kind of open up somebody like that, man, oh my God, but you have to. I can take the needles and the injections. I mean, I don't like them being done to me. No. But I can take it when they do it. Believe me. I mean, if I couldn't handle that, I couldn't have been able to see them actually injecting drugs they shouldn't be taking. It's supposed to. I guarantee you, it's not really drugs they should be taking. It's just making it out like that, to make a point. So, anyway. I don't know what the hell convinced him to actually get back with House, but Foreman should have never gave it up. You ask me, I think that Foreman should have actually hung it out there for a while longer. I said, yeah, man, I got this. You know, I absolutely love my job. You know, I mean, the hell of it is that House does trust his team, but they don't never seem to trust him. Yet they always have to go to him to figure it out. Yet, there's only been, one episode so far. They didn't actually have to go to him for the answers. Isn't that crazy? You know? They always doubt him, but they never, ever put in the effort to actually say, yeah, I trust you, like he trusts them. He may give them guff and stuff like that, but it's part of his demeanor, you know? I mean, there's been times he's been really nice and stuff, but not all the time. Because after all, this is what makes House. He's like a kind of Sherlock Holmes kind of guy. I never really thought of him that way, but he kind of thinks like it, and then I suppose that kind of makes logical sense, because he has to think about it. But with a sense of science and figuring out what the hell is wrong with the patient. So, that one episode, though, he actually had to diagnose a patient on a plane by himself. A couple of them, actually. And fix what was wrong with him by himself. His team had nothing to do with it. They had another patient of their own. Which is crazy to think that when they're supposed to have other patients in the waiting room before they get seen to be, if they have anything that gets extremely worse. Which isn't always possible. It's usually not usually, but it's always someone else who comes in that it's not in the waiting room. They just get over there and boom, they're there. And because they had the most worst symptoms. I remember this one episode where they had a whole entire school that they had to treat. And they had this one patient. I don't remember if she was from the same school or not, but she had so much worse symptoms, and they had to do it in between. They were trying to take care of it. I mean, that was the biggest order they've ever seen. And I think they waited till I think it was season 2 or whatever, before there something that happened between Chase and Cameron, but it was only one time. But that was at that time, though. And then after that, they waited till season 3 somewhere later on. They started having more of a deal, but they still didn't have an actual relationship. So that's the two I was shouting about to have the thing in the bag. Yeah, I know I probably shouldn't be reviewing these shows because that's not really my job. I really don't. I don't get into reviews that very often. I don't like BoJack Horseman. I didn't like it when I saw it. I thought it was going to be interesting until I saw it. I was like, this is not impressive. I hate most shows. I hate American Dad. I hate Family Guy. Although sometimes I'd rather watch it, even though despite my hatings of it, than I would that. Or if I had no other choice, I would watch South Park. And I don't even like South Park. And I don't hate wrestling, but I hate it. I could stand her too. I don't really care to watch it for the matches or whatever, But like the segments that they do, like these comedy sketches, like that one time when Triple H, this is back before he stopped being a professional person that was actually worthwhile to be cool. Now he's crap, basically. In terms of wrestling, I'm not talking about I'm not saying he's not a respectable guy in person, nah. But in terms of wrestling, he's just like a guy that not that you couldn't mess with. You can mess with him all day, and it wouldn't matter. As long as you're a wrestler, of course, you can't just get past there if you're just a customer or whatever, or a fan. Whatever, but like if you were a wrestler and you came in there and he was there, you also have to be there. And you go, "Hey, you dumb baldy!" Yeah. Yeah, no, I shouldn't say baldy, but I'm just saying. The point is that you can mess with him because he doesn't look cool, bald. Sorry, you just don't. A lot of people can pull it off and look cool. You cannot pull it off and look cool. Seriously. Steve Harvey can pull it off with hair and without hair. He looks better with hair. He does without. But that's just me. Lots of people look better with hair than they do without. And lots of people do look better without hair. It's just the way it is. I think you look okay. And I wouldn't, disgrace you just because you had hair. No. It's like, so you got hair. Oh, so you don't have hair? Yeah. What the hell am I supposed to do? Bitch and moan about it? Oh my God, you don't have hair? Get out. It's like when people started making a deal about tattoos. I don't care. A tattoo doesn't stop somebody from getting a job or making them being able to do anything. The things that make people do anything, stop them doing anything, are drugs. And seriously, a tattoo is not a drug. It's like saying TV or video games is a drug, and they are, but they're also not. Even being addicted to shopping is sort of a. But you also have to, you just have to consider what your options are. So really, and I'm going to say this once and once only. Well, actually not once and once only. But I'm going to say this as an example because, a lot of you are going to be so confused. But I'm going to explain to you within one word. My crack, if I had to actually call it that, which I don't, or if you want to call it an addiction, is my games and watching TV, because I don't play games all day 24/7, and I don't watch TV all day 24/7. So I go from back and forth from doing those instead of just doing one or the other. I can't. I used to be able to do one or the other. Now I don't. I've gotten older, and it had nothing to do with anything. And my beer, if you want to call it that, which I do call it that sometimes, is my soda. It's not alcohol. I'm fine with it, And it's just like basically a slang word for something else. You want to also think about it that way. It's just like my crack is my video games and watching TV. My beer will always be my Mountain Dew, which actually now it's Mountain Dew zero sugar. And Coke Zero. I don't drink much soda anymore. I don't even drink. I used to drink cream soda, not all the time. Root beer, Dr. Pepper. I have given that up, not because it was a bad thing. I will not buy into that. It's because, and not because, and I'm not diabetic either. I just can't have it because of my teeth. That's why I gave them up, was because of and I haven't regretted it since. Now I've had Pepsi Max, not all that. I mean, sometimes it's okay. Sierra Mist is just as good, even though it's got sugar in it. And then there's Sprite, it's got sugar in it. Then they have Sprite Zero, which is good. Diet Mountain Dew can be okay sometimes, but not always, depending on how old it is. But my favorite drink will always be Mountain Dew, and sometimes with cherry and vanilla, or Coca-Cola with vanilla and cherry, or both. Even Coke, Coca-Cola. But other than that, I'll tell you what's my favorite food as well. While we're here, you got biscotti, you got pizza, peanut butter, jelly sandwiches, and I don't mean with grape jelly, strawberry jam. Hell yeah, that was always my thing. I don't remember what I always had for cake because I think it was not always the same. I know I didn't eat coconut cake. Sometimes I did, but not always. My birthday. My favorite ice, and this is food as well. Ice cream was always Neapolitan. My grandma's was that too. Even though I also liked other flavors as well, but that'll always be my favorite. I like hamburgers, with cheese on it or without, and I absolutely love chili. I love chicken, but they're not my favorite. I wouldn't say I'd eat them every day. Matter of fact, even back then I couldn't eat pizza back every day. Even hamburgers like that from the restaurants. I mean, unless I had it at home. Of course, that wasn't even every day. We had vegetables. We had or biscotti. We didn't even have biscotti all the time. But favorite is favorite. The old days. I'm gonna tell you, it's not the same anymore. Oh well. Anyway, I gotta go.